Let's get completely real about the hustle of being a content creator right now. You've just poured your heart into a massive 20-minute long-form video, haven't you? Now you're staring at your dashboard, wondering how to turn that single episode into a week's worth of quick social media snacks. If that endless content repurposing cycle sounds familiar, then you absolutely need to stick around for this entire review. Today, I'm walking you through a tool called Wizard, which promises to automate this entire painful process for you. I'm going to break down precisely what it does, what features I genuinely like, and what aspects still feel a little bit off the mark. Most importantly, I will compare it head-to-head against other AI tools you've probably already heard about. I want to save you the hours wasted on any tool that ends up being just mediocre. So first things first, let's establish exactly what Wizard claims to be in plain English. Simply put, Wizard is designed to take your existing long-form videos and transform them into perfectly ready-to-post short clips automatically. However, it pushes beyond simple clipping by trying to identify the truly viral moments within your footage. Then, it packages those moments with dynamic captions and a cohesive editing style right out of the box. For me, as a creator focused on output, there are 3 core features that matter above everything else. The first crucial element is the AI's ability to auto-edit those high-potential viral clips. Secondly, the integrated auto-schedule function for immediate social media deployment is a major win. And finally, having a single built-in content calendar to see everything at a glance is non-negotiable. But the real usefulness of this tool comes from how seamlessly it manages to pull all these different functions together. Let me walk you through the actual process of how I tested this technology in my own workflow. I simply pasted the direct link from one of my existing YouTube uploads, which happened to be a 12-minute interview segment. Within just a few short minutes, Wizard delivered a set of suggested reels that looked surprisingly professional and ready for consumption. This wasn't just blindly chopping the video every 30 seconds, which is often the problem with simpler tools. The AI demonstrated a genuine ability to pinpoint moments where the energy in the conversation spiked significantly. It also successfully identified punchlines that landed perfectly, or when the topic shifted in a scroll-stopping way. One specific clip it generated was only 22 seconds long, capturing a reaction that honestly felt handpicked by a human editor. The system correctly added perfectly timed captions and even suggested a strong thumbnail image for immediate use. What truly caught me off guard was the overall surprising quality and thoughtfulness behind the actual cuts themselves. Often, these automated clippers just snip right in the middle of a sentence, leaving you with contextually awkward gaps. Wizard actively tries to maintain the original meaning by extending the clip slightly to catch the setup. It also manages to tighten the very end of a clip so that the central point of the segment really lands with impact. Now, I have to admit, it doesn't nail the context every single time, as it can miss subtle cues. But even with those minor stumbles, the sheer number of hours saved compared to manually scrubbing through footage is absolutely massive. Moving on to another feature that I actually integrated into my schedule immediately, the auto-schedule function. You simply define how often you want new content to go live, maybe daily or 3 times per week. You set your preferred posting windows, and Wizard handles queuing everything up to post completely automatically. For any creator who feels constantly overwhelmed by the never-ending demand to post, this specific feature is a complete game changer. If you still want hands-on control, you can easily tweak those captions, swap out a thumbnail, or manually adjust the posting time later. But the ability to confidently set your social posting for an entire week and then largely forget about it is unbelievably valuable. Then we have the content calendar feature, which elevates Wizard from a simple utility to a genuine operations hub. This is where you can see exactly what is scheduled, drag and drop clips to reorder things, and edit all the copy in one central location. You finally escape the tedious process of copying links and pasting captions across 3 completely different publishing apps. If your channel is actively growing and you suddenly have 10 or more clips needing promotion each week, this feature is genuinely calming. Batch editing those last-minute caption changes or swapping out final assets becomes a simple, unified task. Now, let's be completely honest and actually compare Wizard against the crowded field of other editing and repurposing tools available. You will certainly find many products out there trying to solve pieces of this exact repurposing problem. Take Captions AI, which many of you have probably already encountered during your research. That tool started with just captions but has since ballooned into offering AI avatars and even generating product promotion videos. It is impressive how they can generate multiple ad creatives, complete with realistic AI avatars, from just a product URL. However, if your primary goal is consistent, short-form clipping and cross-platform scheduling, Captions AI feels spread too thin across too many specialties. Furthermore, their pricing structure can become murky, often walling off essential features behind higher paywalls. You might end up paying for advanced avatar features when all you really need is efficient batch editing and scheduling. Next up is Opus Clip, which excels brilliantly at one specific task: quickly extracting those high-hype viral clips. It is truly excellent at rapidly locating those high-energy segments within your long content very quickly. The limitation with Opus Clip, though, is that it simply doesn't offer that full content operation suite you need for posting. If your entire goal is a full workflow, clip calendar, and then cross-platform posting, Opus alone simply won't cut it for you. Then we have the leaders in synthetic presenter technology like Synthesia and the tool called Creatify. Synthesia produces gorgeous, highly polished results that are clearly optimized for big, singular brand videos, not daily creator needs. Additionally, Synthesia often carries a high price tag and is usually structured for single, studio-like productions. Creatify offers some interesting features, but their pricing is frequently credit-based, which can become very expensive quickly. For most busy creators, that high cost combined with limited usage minutes means you will hit a ceiling on output surprisingly fast. Now consider Submagic and the other caption-only focused tools that exist on the market. These options are straightforward and often very affordable if your only real problem is just adding good captions. However, they completely fail to solve that larger workflow problem we are discussing today. They offer zero smart clip selection, no scheduling integration, and certainly no content calendar management. If captions are truly your only bottleneck, those simple tools are great, but most of us need a much more comprehensive solution. So, where exactly does Vizard find its crucial position in this highly competitive landscape? It beautifully occupies the ideal sweet spot, balancing powerful automation with essential creator control over the final product. The entire philosophy behind the tool is built around efficiently repurposing long content into a steady stream of short, high-performing clips. It ensures those clips get published quickly without you getting completely drowned in tedious manual execution every single day. In all my testing, this holistic approach is exactly where it noticeably shined brighter than several competitors I tested. Let's quickly recap the specific benefits that made me want to keep this in my regular toolkit. First, the sheer speed at which it scans a long video and suggests immediately sensible clips is incredibly impressive. I especially appreciated the context-aware cutting, which smartly avoids those very awkward mid-sentence terminations. The auto-scheduling function alone has successfully saved me several hours each week previously dedicated to admin tasks. The integrated calendar and the ability to push content to multiple platforms from one UI is an underrated quality that makes a huge difference. The overall friction to get started is incredibly low, thanks to a simple interface and even a mobile-friendly companion app. However, no tool is entirely without its flaws, so let's cover what could genuinely stand to be improved. Sometimes the AI definitely misjudges the nuance of the conversation, requiring a necessary double-check of the generated clips. The available creative presets tend to feel a little bit too much like standard templates, which limits highly stylized branding efforts. It's important to note that this tool is not designed to replace a full, high-end cinematic human editor for complex visual projects. But for the daily work of grinding out short-form growth content, it is absolutely phenomenal in its current state. To give you a concrete example, here is exactly how I implemented this system into a single day's workflow. I started by uploading that previous 25-minute interview segment right into the Vizard platform. Vizard subsequently suggested about 12 different potential clips for me to review based on its AI analysis. Some were the obvious major highlights, while others were deeper cuts that surprisingly garnered better initial performance. I then hand-selected 6 of those clips and set them to automatically post across my various platforms over the following week. For the remaining clips, I quickly edited 2 captions to adjust the tone slightly for the specific platform vibe. The rest were simply left on the auto-post setting, allowing the system to manage their release automatically. By the end of that week, I had steady, consistent traction across my channels without dedicating a single afternoon to tedious editing. That is the true promise of this technology: significantly more output with a vastly reduced risk of creative burnout. Let's shift focus now to the crucial topic of pricing and the overall value proposition presented here. The honest truth is that many AI services are experts at obscuring their real operational cost from the user base. They hide it behind monthly minute limits, restrictive credit bundles, or high-tier paywalls for the genuinely useful features. Vizard's structure, in my experience, felt much more creator-friendly considering the comprehensive suite of tools it bundles together. You get effectively unlimited clip generation, staying within reasonable fair use thresholds, which is a massive plus. Crucially, the scheduler and the full calendar system are already baked right into that base price, eliminating external tool costs. If you calculate the separate cost of a dedicated clipper, a scheduler, and a third-party calendar app, Vizard immediately appears to be a much better financial decision. So, what is my definitive final verdict after putting this technology through its paces? I am absolutely keeping this tool integrated within my daily content creation toolkit moving forward. It isn't perfect, but it successfully eradicates one of the most significant and repetitive headaches for modern content producers. Specifically, it solves the nightmare of needing to consistently feed all your short-form channels without draining your entire week editing. If your primary need is just for one-off captioning jobs, or you absolutely require studio-grade AI avatar videos, you should probably look somewhere else. But if scaling your content repurposing efforts and streamlining your posting schedule is the goal, you must give Vizard a serious try. If you want to test it out yourself, here is the simplest possible sequence to get you started right now. Just paste that familiar link from your YouTube or long-form source into the input field. Allow the system its brief moment to scan the entire video and generate its initial batch of suggestions. Review those AI-suggested clips, select the ones that align with your vision, and confirm your choices. Next, set your preferred posting frequency, and then drag those finalized clips directly into the content calendar view. Tweak any necessary captions to perfectly match the vibe of each specific platform if you feel it's needed. Finally, sit back, let the system do the heavy lifting, and watch your presence grow consistently across your channels. If you have any specific burning questions about its performance, please drop them down in the comment section below. I personally monitor those comments, and I promise to reply to as many of you as possible with detailed answers. If you've already used competitors like Captions AI, Opus Clip, or Synthesia, share your own honest experiences with the community. Honestly, for reliable weekday content scaling and maintaining essential creator sanity, this tool is my current top recommendation. It provides that crucial, easy-to-manage clip, schedule, and calendar workflow without hitting you with an enterprise-level price tag. Thank you so much for watching this in-depth review, and I will see every single one of you in the next video.